Listen to me carefully. Being alone does not mean something is wrong with you. If you are a woman over 60 and living without a man, society has likely handed you a quiet sentence: unlovable, forgotten, incomplete. But none of those words belong to you. You are not single because you failed. You are not alone because you are difficult. And you are absolutely not broken because there is no man in your home or in your bed. The moment a woman realizes her life no longer needs to revolve around someone else, her body exhales. For most of your adult life, your days were probably shaped by other people's needs: a husband's moods, children's schedules, family expectations, work, church, community, always someone needing something from you. You adjusted, you negotiated, you swallowed feelings to keep peace. That level of constant adaptation becomes so normal, you don't even notice how much of yourself you've given away, until it stops. When there is no man at the center of your daily decisions, something unfamiliar happens: freedom. Not the loud, reckless kind. The quiet kind that settles into your bones. You wake up and choose your own pace. You decide what your home feels like. You decide who gets access to your time, your energy, your emotional labor. Many women tell me, I didn't realize how much of my life was shaped around someone else's moods until there was no one left to manage. That realization is often followed by something even more surprising: calm. Living with the wrong partner keeps your nervous system on alert. You're constantly scanning: is today a good day or a bad one? Did I say something wrong? Will this turn into an argument? That low-level tension becomes background noise in your body. When that presence is gone, the volume finally turns down. Your shoulders drop. Your breathing deepens. Your sleep improves. Your body stops bracing for impact. Women often say they didn't realize how anxious they were until the anxiety disappeared. This is not weakness. This is biology. Your nervous system cannot heal while it feels unsafe. And safety is not about physical harm alone. It's about emotional predictability, respect, and peace. Without a man disrupting your inner world, your days are no longer negotiated. They are designed. That difference is everything. And as your body begins to relax, your mind gains clarity. With distance and calm, you start seeing your past relationships more honestly, without blame, without critique. How many chances you offered? How often you tried to fix what was never yours to fix? And slowly, a painful but freeing truth begins to rise. What if the problem was never you, and being alone is finally allowing you to see that clearly? The most painful realization is often the most liberating one. You were never the problem. Many good women spend years believing they were too much or not enough, too emotional, too quiet, too demanding, not attractive enough, not patient enough, not easy enough to love. When a relationship fails, women are often the first to turn inward and assign blame. If I had been calmer, thinner, more understanding, more forgiving, maybe he would have treated me better. Those thoughts don't come from truth, they come from survival. When you're inside a relationship that drains you, blaming yourself can feel safer than facing the reality that the person beside you chose not to grow, not to change, and not to meet you emotionally. Now that you are alone and calmer, something shifts. Distance brings clarity. You begin to remember details you once ignored. How often you compromised, how frequently you apologized just to keep peace, how many times you forgave things that should never have been normalized, and slowly a different story emerges. You see that you were kind, you were loyal, you tried repeatedly. You didn't fail, you stayed longer than you should have because you believed love meant endurance. You were not perfect, no one is, but you were not the villain of your own life. This realization can feel heavy at first. Grief may rise. Grief for the years you spent doubting yourself. Grief for the version of you who worked so hard to be loved. But that grief carries power. Because once you stop seeing yourself as hard to love, your standards change. You stop negotiating your worth. You stop explaining your needs. You stop shrinking to fit into spaces that were never built for you. And something else happens to your time begins to feel precious. When you're no longer managing someone else's emotions, your hours become quieter, slower, more intentional. You notice how often your time used to be interrupted by arguments, last-minute demands, emotional crises that weren't yours to carry. Now, your time belongs to you. You can read for hours without guilt, rest without being accused of laziness, go out without explaining yourself, stay home without being questioned. This isn't isolation, it's sovereignty. And when your time becomes sacred, you start protecting other areas of your life too, including something many women were never allowed to fully control. Because once your time belongs to you, your relationship with money and power begins to change. The moment your life stops being negotiated, even your money starts to breathe. For many women, finances inside relationships were never just about numbers. They were about power, permission, and fear. Fear of spending too much. Fear of being judged. Fear of being controlled, or worse, being dependent. You may remember the quiet tension around money, questions that felt like accusations, purchases that required justification, or the opposite, feeling financially used while your own needs stayed unmet. Now, standing alone, something changes. Your money reflects your values, not someone else's priorities. You can help a grandchild without explanation, buy something beautiful simply because it brings you joy. Save for your own security without guilt. Spend without fear. Pause. Without pressure. One woman once told me, for the first time in my life, I bought something just for me and I didn't feel ashamed. That is not selfishness. That is self-respect. And as your financial life becomes calmer, something even deeper begins to shift your sense of identity. For years, many women were defined by roles: wife, mother, caregiver, peacemaker. You became who others needed you to be. Slowly, subtly, you lost touch with who you were underneath all of that. Now, in this quieter chapter, curiosity returns. You notice music you love, clothes that feel like you, not just appropriate, hobbies you abandoned, spiritual questions you never had time to ask, desires you once silenced because they didn't fit someone else's comfort. Psychologically, this is called becoming whole, not dividing yourself to keep someone else satisfied. You are no longer performing. You are rediscovering. And as you reconnect with yourself, something powerful happens in your relationships with others. Your tolerance for emotional drain drops. Your patience for disrespect disappears. You begin to notice where your energy has been leaking for years.